Hello students, welcome to CSS12 online class with Sir Chai. Our lesson for today is plan maintenance and or diagnosis of faults in line with job requirements. This is from our Module 1, Quarter 3. But before we go to our lesson, let's have a pre-test. Just choose the best answer. Run a malware scan to stay on top of virus prevention. Is it monthly backup, daily backup, yearly backup? What do you think? The answer is daily backup. Use the defragmentation tool to keep your PC running fast and efficiently. Is it monthly backup, daily backup, yearly backup? What do you think? The answer is monthly backup. Install or secure passwords for server and client computers. Is it software maintenance, hardware maintenance, yearly maintenance? What do you think? The answer is software maintenance. Change passwords frequently as a general preventative measure against hackers should be done. Is it monthly, as needed, yearly? What do you think? The answer is as needed. A practice for the use of computers so you can achieve maximum efficiency and promote safety in your workplace. Is it a monitoring plan, maintenance plan, preventive plan? What do you think? The answer is monitoring plan. Let's do a recap. Computer network is a collection of complex machines and software that communicate simultaneously, performing trillions of calculations and using hundreds of parts and wires. The computer network is also always under constant assault from the processing needs of applications, unwanted viruses, and spyware, and their own users. That is why there is a need to plan a regular maintenance. Maintaining your computer network is important because there are many factors that can go wrong on a daily basis. Regular maintenance can keep the big problems away while helping to maintain your network's optimal performance. This is our learning objectives. At the end of the learning period, the student should be able to know the list of maintenance tasks, classify the systematic maintenance plan according to hardware and software, design a systematic monitoring, evaluating, and updating plan for hardware and software. Question now is, how do you do that? Let's start learning. Planning and preparing systematic maintenance procedures save time, money, and frustration. It is a good idea and opportunity to learn the proper care and maintenance of your computer. PC and network maintenance is an important topic for anyone who owns a PC. Looking after your PC properly ensures you of trouble-free use. Regular PC maintenance also keeps the machine's performance optimal. Like many other pieces of technology, computers see constant wear and tear from being used. Simple things like downloading files, clicking on harmful sites by accident, and allowing dust to settle on the keyboard can build up to the computer, slowing down and possibly being unusable. However, by running anti-malware programs, deleting files as needed, and cleaning out the dust on the computer, you can all prolong the lifespan of your computer for years of extra effective use. Whether they are tasks that should be done every day, once a month, once a year, or only when needed. Here is the list of maintenance tasks. We have daily backup, monthly backup, yearly backup, and as needed. How to perform daily backup. Try to back up your data at least once per day. No one wants to lose projects you spent hours, if not days, working on. Second, run a malware scan to stay on top of virus prevention. If you have any real-time prevention tools, even then some viruses may slip by. Depending on how frequently you use the computer, you can get away with doing this once a week. More frequent computer users should do this daily. Third, check for updates every day so you don't miss any crucial upgrades. Nor will you have to spend hours installing dozens at a time if you procrastinate it. Fourth, if you use your computer for many hours at a time during the day, then plan to restart it at least once. This way, temporary files won't build up and slow down use over time. And lastly, never shut down by using the power button. Always use the option from the start menu. Never leave your computer on overnight either to save electricity and to prevent wear and tear. How to perform monthly backup. Use the defragmentation tool to keep your PC running fast and efficiently. This tool puts files back together that are split apart to different folders in your PC over time. Scan your hard drive for errors to make sure there are no physical problems occurring. This doesn't check your viruses or malware, but more so physical and logical problems. Clean out your disk drive every few weeks, similar to defragmentation. These are small pieces of trash that quietly accumulate over time. Physically clean your computer by using compressed air to blow out dust and small pieces of dirt. These small particles build up over time and can lead to computers physically overheating and other mechanical problems. How to perform yearly backup. Back up your hard drive as an image, so if your PC ever crashes, you won't have to reinstall from scratch. It should be done twice a year just to be safe. How about for as needed? Uninstall programs that you don't use anymore to free up space. Practice safe browsing by not downloading files from or spending time on sites you are not familiar with or maybe untrustworthy since this is how people generally get malware. And change passwords frequently as a general preventative measure against hackers. Now let's learn about maintenance procedures. First is systematic maintenance plan for hardware and systematic maintenance plan for your software. In preparing maintenance procedure, you also have to consider designing a systematic plan for both hardware and software. This saves time, money, and frustration and ensure safe conditions to prevent injury to people and damage to computer equipment. Now, how do we perform systematic maintenance plan for hardware? Design a monitoring, evaluating, and updating plan. Place your computer in a well-ventilated area. Schedule use of computer for its longer life. Move the computer only when it is turned off and unplugged. Treat your computer properly and maintain your hard disk. Now let's learn about systematic maintenance plan for software. So the first is back up your files, install or secure passwords, delete temporary files, and update antivirus and spyware. Now let's learn on how to design a systematic monitoring and evaluating and updating plan for hardware. Remember that computers have significantly changed the working environment, simplifying and speeding up many tasks across many work areas. However, with these advances are some potential problems and maintenance issues. Now, these guidelines describe how computer technicians, students, and computer users can work together to achieve a productive workplace environment. The guidelines reflect current knowledge and best practice for the use of computers so you can achieve maximum efficiency and promote safety in your workplace. Now, this is a sample of a monitoring plan for PC hardware. As you can see, this is just a graph or a table with the details on the laboratory, date, and recommendation. Also observe the number of computers. We have PC1 to PC6. Remember, these are the important things that you have to consider. Notice the units and peripherals. There's the list. Physical dirt, CPU is working, monitor is working, unit ventilation, and up to devices input and output. So I'm going to show you on how to fill up this table. Now, we have a check mark and X mark. We also have recommendation. For example, in the first row, the physical dirt, we have an X. On the PC2, the recommendation there is clean PC2. Also notice on the row when ports are functioning, there is an X mark on PC3. There's also a recommendation there. PS2 mouse of PC3 needs repair. And lastly, on the last row, devices input and output, there is an X mark on PC3. The recommendation is PS2 mouse is effective. Consider using USB mouse. Now, this is just a sample. Now let's learn on how to design a systematic monitoring, evaluating, and updating plan for software. So we have another example here. This is a sample monitoring plan for PC software. Notice that there is the details, log, date, and recommendation. And there's also activity and the list of PC1 to PC5. Under the activity, these are the softwares or programs that you need to consider. Antivirus, empty recycle bin, up to the check file backup plan. I'm going to show you on how to fill this. So we have another check mark and X mark, and we have recommendations. On the first row, antivirus, there's an X mark on PC5. It means to say that PC5 needs to be updated. Another is for the row on defragment. That is on PC2, it means that the PC2 needs defragmentation. And lastly, on the last row, check file backup plan, PC1 and 3 has an issues. So the recommendation is Check and confirm backup for PC1 and PC3. So we are now in our activity. So as part of maintenance planning, it is important to have a comprehensive monitoring form to properly manage your computer laboratory. So in this activity, you're going to create your own daily monitoring plan. It's a table that you're going to use as a guide to monitor a computer laboratory. So the direction here is create a monitoring plan for daily checking of the computer network with 30 client PCs, one server connected to 48 port switch, including checking of connectors, ISP connection, PC cable, and power source connection. So you have a guide here, you have a sample, and you're required to fill out necessary information parts, peripherals, and other network components that needs to be checked on daily basis. So your monitoring plan or monitoring sheet will be included in your digital portfolio. So that's your activity. And you will save a screenshot and include images on your portfolio. It's wrap up time. Computers can be temperamental, and we all know that the small issues can become huge problems before we know it. But having regular maintenance check done on your computer can eradicate small issues before they become big problems. Small issues can crop up at any time, even when your computer is new. Nipping them in the bud during a regular maintenance session can save you a lot of headaches when the computer starts to age. Now let's see if you have learned something from our lesson today. This is our post test. Choose the best answer. I hope you learned something today. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Thank you and have a good day.